My Lords, it is an incredible honour to address your Lordship's House for the first time. I've been touched by the kindness and support of many dedicated staff in this place, of Black Rod, of the amazing doorkeepers, and of Garter, not least for his agreement to my title. I'm deeply indebted to my two supporters, the noble Lords, Lord Robertson of Port Ellen and Lord Hennessy of Nymphsfield. One, a former NATO Secretary General and esteemed former Labour Defence Secretary in the other place, and the other, the fabled analyst and chronicler of the inner workings of the British state. They were always so generous with their wisdom on the issue of the UK's nuclear deterrent when I was the MP for Barrow and Furness. Today, I'm honoured and still a little starstruck to count them as my friends. I also want to mention two friends from opposite sides of the aisle with overlapping territorial designations to mine. The noble Lord Hutton of Furness, my predecessor as MP for Barrow and former boss in Whitehall, and the noble Lord Cavendish of Furness, who has shown me such kindness since I became a Member of Parliament. They are both beacons to me and many others in different ways, and Lord Cavendish will be greatly missed from this House as he announces his retirement. To my neighbours on Walney Island, which I'm proud to take as my territorial designation, I just say this: you kindly took in this off-comer. You elected me 3 times, and now I will give you a lifetime of service, raising the particular concerns of the island and the wider area. I will remain a firm advocate of the submarines constructed with your expertise, and I hope to make a contribution in due course on the issue of coastal erosion, which could literally split our wonderful island in 2 in future decades if left unchecked. That would be unconscionable to the near 11,000 residents on the island, and it would decimate its unique, cherished national resources. I've been determined to use my maiden speech to highlight the need for the UK to do more in defending the rules-based order that underpins the freedoms and values embodied in this chamber and the other place. Much has already been said on that subject this week, but if I may, the threat is far deeper than a particular part of a particular bill. Our international adversaries are intent with a whole spectrum of means on unravelling the system of international order that protects our liberty and our interests abroad. As we remember today the struggle and the sacrifice of previous generations so that we can live free, let us recognise that this battle will be our generation's struggle. And I had therefore wondered whether it was right to make my maiden in this debate over a bill whose purpose is, of course, as we have been hearing, to sanction certain individuals to commit what would otherwise be criminal acts. But the fact that this process of scrutiny is happening at all, that a legal framework is being constructed, should be seen as demonstrating the strength of Britain's commitment to the rule of law as a means of upholding our security. Now, I was pleased to be asked by the Prime Minister on standing down from the House of Commons to advise the government on aspects of counter-terrorism. I've listened carefully to the excellent maiden speech by the Minister today, who I congratulate, and to many others. I've seen the strong backing that this bill has received from the security services and from the Intelligence and Security Minister, and I'm happy, therefore, to vote to support it tonight in the knowledge that the many pressing issues that have been raised will receive further scrutiny in committee stage. Let me end just briefly on the political journey that has brought me to this place, in this house, on these non-affiliated benches, in so much as they are, standing here. I'm proud of the small contribution that I made to stopping what would otherwise have been inflicted on the British people had the general election last year gone the other way. That has strained some lifelong friendships, and indeed it has led to one or two frosty encounters in the corridors of this place. But I'm happy now to be given the opportunity to put party politics behind me and start a new chapter. Much of the last few years have been difficult, but they've underlined what is a central tenet of my faith, that no one party and no one group within a party holds a monopoly of wisdom. We are all flawed, excuse me, my lords, we are all flawed human beings who are mostly trying to do our best in a complex and a conflicted world. I'll always endeavour to do my best in this place, and it's deeply humbling to be given that chance.
Lord West has presented.
My Lords, I'm honoured to follow that excellent maiden speech, and very moving maiden speech by the noble Lord Wolney. He talked of Wolney Island, and I know that area. What he didn't mention is that it has an airport built at right angles to the prevailing wind and about as long as this chamber. So any of you thinking of visiting there, you will have a very fun arrival if you go by air, is all I would say. I've known John for over 10 years. He is a highly principled man, and I was particularly impressed by, first, his confrontation of anti-Semitism within the Labour Party, which he drove through and did with great vigour, and second, his passionate support for an issue very close to my heart, which you've heard him mention, and also, of course, to his ex-constituents, and that is the UK independent deterrent and nuclear submarines. Now, neither issue made him popular with the last leader of the Labour Party, but he refused to compromise his beliefs. Rather like his namesake in the 17th century, he was martyred, although I doubt, unlike his predecessor, he'll be beatified by the Pope. Lord Wolney will be of great value to this House. I think we got that from what he was saying already, and I look forward very much to working with him. Thank you.